Alright, playing with sand at the park. Right. Yeah, that is it. So, the sun is no longer out, but we can still have virtual slots. Alright, so, some thoughts. Is it a good time to buy Ethereum? Question mark. So ChatGPT 4 guys, if you don't have it yet, you're missing out the best thing to know of humanity of all time. Actually, the two most important subscriptions I think is perhaps Amazon Prime and ChatGPT Premium. It's made my research process like 100,000 times faster, more effective, less distracting. The problem with Google search is you essentially go down a rabbit hole of hyperlinks and you'll find some weird conspiracy theories. So I searched Sergey Nazarov on Ethereum. He said only 3 cryptos or technologies which probably matter is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and probably Chainlink. Chainlink is built on Ethereum. So I'm currently have a big position in Chainlink, 20,800, 20,800 Chainlink, something like that. Let's say 20,000, right? 20,800. Okay. So So actually, what I find interesting is if you're vested in Chainlink, you should also be vested in Ethereum because they're kind of like soul sisters, right? So the problem about Ethereum is if it needs to call for data like verified data, it can't do it on its own. So you need something like Chainlink or Link or Oracle networks. And my thought is that data is going to be the future. So we live in data. So we kind of live in a time and age and whatevs where nothing is trustworthy. Everything could easily be gamified, tampered with, and stuff like that. Even with elections, right? It's like it's not the votes that count. It's like, I think, was it Stalin who said it? I searched Stalin quotes, Hitler quotes, Mao Zedong quotes, whatevs, Ho Chi Minh quotes. So I think it was Stalin who said, it's not the votes that matter, it's he who counts the votes that matters. Even the Roman satirical lyricist, poet, playwright Juvenal said, who shall watch the watchman? Question mark, right? It's just kind of like, you got a bunch of lazy workers, employees, janitors. You need a supervisor around to make sure that the janitor is not lazy. But what if the supervisor is lazy? Who's there to be a supervisor? The supervisor make sure they're there. But what if the supervisor of the supervisor of the supervisor is lazy? Then everyone's essentially screwed. Oh, look how happy Sun is putting just So my idea of killing tens of runs of stone, send to the park, playing around. Me, I could do my thinking, vlogging, and also be outside. So anyways, I think data is going to be the future, smart contracts. Essentially, like, this notion of the quote-unquote verifiable web is kind of interesting to me because, with any information on the internet now, you don't know if it was written by ChatGPT or a human being, question mark. And also like certain things like the housing market, escrow, verifying certain things. It seems that like the whole process is fragmented and you don't know if the data out there is really real or not. So here a blockchain is interesting, at least like a published ledger of like houses, like housing markets where it's like, oh, said person said they put in a new 50-year roof, or said person said they bought and sold this for this price, and these are the people who bought it, right? So having some sort of like public ledger seems like a good idea there. And yeah, definitely the future of data streams. Like even if you read Michael Lewis's Flash Boys, a lot of these traders, hedge funds, they're seeking a fraction of a millisecond faster data streams in order to make a small spread and a profit. So think about it this way: if you could perform your trade 0.001% milliseconds faster than the competition, multiplied by billions of dollars, you're going to make a pretty profit. Actually, Going Infinite by Michael Lewis on the Sam Friedman guy in the FTX was interesting because it's like a thing called like Jane Street, where it's like a similar thing where it's like you have a lot of these people who trade options, stuff like that. Essentially, they're essentially making money from nothing. It's just from market inefficiencies. And yeah, I think even like it was like Hitler and a bunch of other, pseudo socialists who are just like critical of the whole like stock market thing, or people making profits on essentially stock market inefficiencies. So yeah, like for example, if you want to accurately know the price of gold, the US dollar, yen, down to the micro cent, the question is, who can you trust, right? This is where Chainlink and the decentralized Oracle network is interesting. The Oracle, like, the truth teller, kind of like think about the old lady in the Matrix. It's like you're gonna want the most accurate number. They were having Chainlink tokens and stuff like that. It's a good way to like verify how accurate this information is, because like let's say I want to see the price of Ethereum or Bitcoin, right? One source might say $37,000, and another source might say it's $37,000 and $37.20 or whatever, right? So there could be like a $20 discrepancy, a $1 discrepancy, a 50-cent discrepancy. But imagine you're playing with billions of dollars, right? Billions of dollars multiplied by a 2-cent difference is a lot of money, especially if you could do that on a daily process. So anyways, I think Ethereum might be a good idea. I might buy a bunch. And I think, just think about it, like, it's kind of like gold and silver. Like, Bitcoin is the gold, Ethereum is kind of like silver. I mean, even the guy who first got me into Chainlink, Abe Aid, told me the best way to describe Ethereum was like, imagine like a programmable internet, right? And it looks like NFTs are here to stay. I mean, the most successful case is the Bored Ape Yacht Club, or what, CryptoPunks or something like call like that, right? And so it does seem that like kind of meme culture is strong and it's not gonna go away. I saw a guy wearing a Bored Ape Yacht Club hoodie. I'm like, yeah, because everyone's always trying to flex and be a collector, right? So I guess the good thing about being an NFT collector is you could actually straight up cryptographically prove that you are in fact the legit owner of a real thing. And at this point, I don't even think it matters whether it's digital or real, like physical reality, embodied reality, physical objects, because even when you think about money, it's not tied to the gold standard no more. Technically, money is just ones and zeros in the machine, right? So even with ones and zeros in the machine, your bank account would have, right? Like, how can you quote prove that the money is really there and it belongs to you? Even other things like Eric Schmidt, ex-CEO of Google, I think he's the one who IPO'd it and made it the platform it is today. I mean, he's on the board of trustees for Chainlink. And yeah, it looks like there's definitely a lot of people who want Chainlink to succeed, which looks good. And also Sergey Nazarov, I trust him as a founder. He looks, it's like, you can obviously tell that he's a good founder because he could Like, he doesn't care for appearances. He's just wearing the same blue flannel all the time. When it comes to founders, anyone who cares too much about appearances is typically a sign that they're actually trying to hide or cover up some sort of inner, lack of legitimacy, I suppose. Like, Mark Zuckerberg wearing the same outfit every day, Steve Jobs wearing the same outfit every day, even Elon Musk's like, black t-shirt and jeans or something like that, right? So yeah, and I think, and also just like, I think it's like, we have a better read on people than we think we do. So like, anytime I watch an interview with Sergey, right? It's like kind of like deadpan look. He's talking matter of fact. I think he really cares, and my friend Abe told me the rumor is that he actually might be Satoshi. I mean, it may be true, it may be false, but ultimately it almost doesn't matter, because what matters more is he's certainly a visionary, and he's started smartcontract.com or something like that. So yeah, I think, you think about, what was it, Adam Smith or one of those dudes was like John Stuart Mill, the social contract, was it Rousseau? I don't remember. But like, the notion is society is a social contract between all these different men, right? But when you have a fragmented world of the internet, data, fake monies, fiat currency, whatevs, maybe smart contracts is the future.